The United States has blocked demands at the UN Security Council for an international inquiry into Israel's assault on the Turkish ship carrying aid to Gaza that killed at least 9 pro-Palestinian activists. A compromise statement instead called for an impartial investigation, which Washington indicated could be carried out by Israel. Turkey pressed for the Security Council to launch an investigation similar to Richard Goldstone's inquiry into last year's fighting in Gaza, which prompted protests from Israel when it concluded that Israel and Hamas were probably guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity. Ankara wanted the investigation into the raid on the Mavi Marmara to result in the prosecution of officials responsible for the assault and the payment of compensation to the victims. But in hours of diplomatic wrangling, the United States blocked the move and instead forced a watered-down statement that called for, quote, a prompt, impartial, credible, and transparent investigation conforming to international standards. The U.S. representative at the Security Council discussions, Alejandro Wolf, indicated that Washington would be satisfied with Israel investigating itself when he called for it to undertake a credible investigation. The Americans also blocked criticism of Israel for violating international law by assaulting a ship in international waters in the Security Council statement proposed by Turkey, the Palestinians, and Arab nations. Turkey's Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said of the raid on the Mavi Marmara, quote,
"This action was uncalled for. Israeli actions constitute a grave breach of international law. In simplest terms, this is tantamount to banditry and piracy. It is murder conducted by a state. It has no excuses, no justification whatsoever. A nation state that follows this path has lost its legitimacy as a respectful member of the international community."
But though Israel's assault has been met by near total condemnation worldwide, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton urged caution to Israel's critics. She said, quote,
"We support in the strongest terms the Security Council's call for a prompt, impartial, credible, and transparent investigation. We support an Israeli investigation that meets those criteria."
Israel has since made it clear it would not accept a UN plan for a multinational investigation into the lethal commando raid.